On Friday, June 26, 2015, Congress passed legislation that required all states to allow same-sex marriage. This passed with much debate, but eventually made it through the Supreme Court with a 5-4 vote. I do not agree with this decision. The United States were founded on Christian principles, and this decision goes to show just how far our country has strayed from our roots. Our forefathers would have never dreamed of such a decision being passed, and I think it's sad what our country is fighting for these days. God designed man to be with women. It's that plain and simple. Homosexuality is not part of God's plan. The Bible says to flee from sexual immorality. 1 Thessalonians chapter 4, verse 3 says, "For this is the will of God, your sanctification, that you abstain from sexual immorality." God's original design for marriage was clearly stated in Genesis 2:24, that a man shall leave his father and mother and hold fast to his wife. God designed marriage to be between a man and a woman, not any other combination of the two. It was originally set for man and woman, and that's how it should be. And that's also clearly shown in Genesis between Adam and Eve. God set them together, man and woman. God said he created Adam first, and then said it is not well for Adam to be without a helper, and so he created Eve, his perfect match. And that is what woman is to man, the perfect match. And God created sex for us, between a man and a woman, for our pleasure. God designed it that way, and as you can see in my video clip, Dr. Jeffers, he equates the marriage relationship, sex in a marriage, or he equates homosexuality to be like plugging the TV into the wrong outlet socket, into a 220 outlet instead of a 120. You'll blow your TV up. And basically that's what you'll be doing in homosexuality. You are just completely perverting God's plan originally intended. My next point is that homosexuality is a selfish act. In 1 Corinthians 6:18, it says to flee from sexual immorality. Every other sin a person commits is outside the body, but the sexually immoral person sins against his own body. Now, I understand that this is relating to all kinds of sexual sin, adultery, sex before marriage, things like that. But homosexuality falls right into that category, that if you're engaging in that, you're sinning against God, you're sinning against your own body, and to sustain from it, to flee from it. That's what the Bible teaches. In Psalm 119, verse 36, David writes, "Incline my heart to your testimonies and not to selfish gain." We as humans are naturally selfish people, but we can train ourselves to sustain from that and to flee from anything that's immoral according to God's standards. And my third point for this would be about the children. A lot of couples that engage in homosexuality, they choose to introduce children into the puzzle, and it's just not right. Children need a father and a mother, both, to be able to develop properly, to be able to see examples of men and women in society, and you can't have that if you only have 2 men and 2 women in the household. It doesn't work that way. They definitely need a proper balance, and you cannot get that balance with the same-sex partners trying to teach the child. It doesn't work that way. That's not how God designed it. So in conclusion, Congress may have passed the law to make same-sex marriage legal, but that should not scare Christians. We will continue to share the good news of Jesus and proclaim his gospel. The fact that the law passed is just further confirmation of what the Bible teaches. The Bible states that in the end times, our world will dive further and further into chaos. I feel that this is just one of the many steps that our country will take that will continue to put a distance between us and God. I just wish that our founding fathers could see what is happening in their country today. I just I find it very interesting what's happening now, and I think it would be even more interesting to see what they have to say about it.